looking at what your expectations were for yourself before you joined a program versus looking back on it now, did you have total confidence that it was going to work out? Like, were you 100% secure in that choice, or do you feel like you were, still taking a big risk and you're like, let's hope this works out? Like, where were you at when you had finally made that decision to join a program and make that change?
I think it was, I don't know if it was like I have 100% confidence that I'm gonna, I'm gonna succeed at it. It was more of I have to succeed. Like I have to succeed and this has to work and I'm gonna do what I have to do in order to make it work because this is, it's an excellent career field to break into. There's a lot of room for growth and it's something that will be beneficial to me and to my family and hopefully the community. So I guess that was my attitude going in. Like I have to do this. There's no no room for failing. So yeah, was I confident?
Yeah, total must. Yeah, total must.
Yeah, it
No.
was. I have to.
Hmm. So talk me through, like think back to that moment where you're in that decision making process and sort of evaluating your options and do I stay the course? Do I change my course? Especially given that in Hawaii, the tech infrastructure, especially for jobs, isn't there, or at least not to the extent it might be on the mainland or elsewhere. Like, how were you going through that process of making that decision? What things were you evaluating and how were you going about evaluating those things?
Um, I would say every week, probably from the moment that I signed up and went through the veterans with Kumba. Sorry, I don't remember. It was like the where like you go into the room and she tells about. I forget the exact word, but it was since
It's the
then and
info
before
sessions,
that.
probably.
Yes, the info. Yes, thank you. Sorry. So the
Sure.
info
No, it's
session
okay.
from like the week before that and like every single week, even throughout the boot camp, I was looking up jobs and I was going through the job descriptions. And if I didn't know what it was, I would look it up. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's what C# is, or that's what, OOP is. Like, oh, we just learned about that. Or, I was trying to, I guess, build my confidence. Like, hey, you're looking, from before you joined, you didn't know what any of these job descriptions were talking about. And now you're like, hey, we learned that. Or, okay, I understand the concept. I may not know exactly what they're
Hmm.
talking about, but I can understand the concept if I dig a little further. Um, so yeah, I think that was the motivation as far as like you are learning. You're learning, you're understanding, and you can always grow if you understand the basic concept of it. Um, so yeah, that was motivating for me. Like you're you're getting it,
Sure.
So yeah.
Yeah, those little wins, right? I mean, it's such an abstract idea ultimately. Career change, be a software engineer, developer. It's like saying I'm going to be in fashion or I'm going to be in food service or restaurants or something like that. It's like such a big and broad category.